And hello to all my friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your mid-month update for November 2021. Today I'm using 4 different tarot card decks and 2 different angel oracle card decks, all which have already been shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. This is going to be a very fast-paced reading, very fast-paced video. We're going to go through all the signs one after the next. If you want to jump ahead to yours, I do put that in the chapters, in the description of the video itself, and also on the video log. You can see it broken down into different chapters if you'd like to jump ahead to yours. So we're going to get into your mid-month and see what the middle of November, what they have to say about your middle of November. We're going to start with Taurus. So let's get into Taurus first. I just have to do the ritual cuts, and we'll be underway for both decks. And then they're ready to run. All right, so Taurus, mid-month, November. Let's see what we got. Pretty simple theme for Taurus mid-month. They want to talk about an action in regards to health. A lot of you have been kind of hanging back. They want you to take an action with this. It's a prime time to move forward with this here in the middle of the month. Any kind of health type things that you're trying to move to the next level with implements very well right now. For some of you, this is related. They're telling me that this can be a financial message too. It's going to mostly be a health related message, but I have to give you both because this is a general reading. So if it's a financial message, they're talking about moving money around right now in the middle of the month. If that's you, they want you to be a little cautious with this. Don't be too aggressive. Be a little defensive with this. Now let me go back to the health because that's going to be most of my Tauruses. It's a good time to move forward, like I said, with anything to improve your health, whether it's diet, exercise, doing activities to get more, cardio, get the blood flowing, whatever it is for you that you're trying to do with your health corner. Very, very good time to do that. They just want you to be a little bit cautious. Same advice as the money. It's really just kind of don't go crazy with it. Do what you can handle. Don't overwhelm yourself and burn yourself out. That's kind of the vibe here. They want you to just kind of stand your ground and be kind of where you're at. But at the same time, take that action because the first step has to happen somewhere. And that's what they're really pushing Taurus to do right now. So there we go for Taurus. Next, we're going to move on to Libra. Told you, this is a fast one. This goes quick, especially when it's a simpler theme like that one. So sometimes no news is good news. Very limited news. Sometimes that can be a good thing. All right, so bigger message for Libra. As soon as I said that, we get hit with the dues. All right, I have to discard to see if... Nope, they want that to be ran the way it is. Okay, so Libra. They want to talk about a blocked new business. This is coming in as a work message primarily for my Libras. It is work, enterprise, business area of study, collegiate courses, or retirement if you're of that age. It's coming in blocked, so there's something that is impeding or getting in the way of your work corner right now. All those things that I just mentioned, there's something blocking it. That right here in the middle of the month, there's something getting in the way. That energy's not coming in clean. And it presents itself as new job or new enterprise. It's something brand new. So if any of you are doing anything like trying to start a business, trying to launch a business, it's not the time right now. They're saying there's something in the way. There's something weird about it. There's something. Next, I have the moon card. So that's weird, mysterious energy, kind of foggy, funky. So it's just not the time to do that until this energy breaks, and at some point it will. It's just not right now. The middle of the month, they're saying that this is just not coming in clean for whatever reason, and it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for everybody. So that's the context, the main thing that you want to pay attention to. We end with the 10 of Cups here, so it should be a very, very happy time right now in the middle of the month for my Libras, but they're telling me that a lot of you don't feel it that way, and I don't know if it's, when that moon energy comes up, that moon energy is not fun. So that explains that to me quite a bit. But I guess what they're telling you to do, or telling me to relay to you, is to really find what you can be grateful for in this, because this is not going to last forever. This is a phase, just like the moon. It's cyclical. It comes and it goes. So that's kind of the same thing with here. We want to get this joy card turned around for you. So that's the big thing, because it's the second greatest card in the deck, Libra. Problem is it's blocked, so it's just saying you're not feeling it. It should be joyous time right here, middle of the month for my Libras, but it's just like, something's just not going. So that's what we have for Libras. Okay, so we are on to Leo. Leo is next. Let's go, Leo. Pretty simple theme for Leo here. Leo, we want to talk about easy work, easy money. Things are going good right now, Leo. Really not a whole lot of advice to give you when things go smoothly. But at the same time, you need to pay attention to certain things because we want to keep it going smoothly. So here's the thing. They're showing hard work basically being inverted, which means easy work, or coming out of a phase where work was extremely hard, or financial type things were very difficult. Decisions and maybe just a lot of spending of money, that kind of thing, being hit with a lot of that at once. So you're moving into a good phase here. And we also have the Four of Swords. This is a very relaxation, it's the hammock on the beach energy. It's a good relaxation, peaceful vibe. So finally, this whole money thing is getting squared away. Just easy money, easy work. Usually the two go together quite a bit. So it's just a good time right now, the middle of the month for Leos in November. I don't really have a lot to say about it because it's so good. But at the same time, like I said, we want to keep it good. So whatever it is that has gotten you to the point where now it's smooth, that got you out of that rough part, do what it is, whatever it is for you, to keep it that way. That's the main thing for Leo. So there we go. Very good. Now I need to switch decks. They're going to get this one next with the red. All right. So we have Virgo. Virgo is next for the deck change. This one is all set. And then Virgo needs its ritual cuts. Well, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. There we go. And we're ready to go. Let's see Virgo middle of the month. Big theme for Virgo. Lots to talk about here. Virgo, they're talking about it's not really a time to be a hoarder right now. This is mostly a financial message. They're talking about it's time to open up the wallet. It's time to stop hanging on to it. It's a good time to spend, actually. So I don't know if this is perhaps getting ready for Christmas, or just, maybe you've just been saving money to a point where now it's got to be moving around for you. Now it's got to start doing its job and doing its work. For some of you, they talk about a car here. We have the Chariot come up. For others of you, this is going to be energetic, moving your money into one thing, perhaps from two different places, combining accounts or something like that, taking money out of one account, closing it, perhaps paying off a credit card, and putting everything back into one spot. That's kind of the energy that they talk about, the financial message. And we end with a big purchase for a lot of you. There is a large purchase going on here. This can also be a large sale. If you're selling something, that can also come up here. So the middle of the month for Virgo presents itself as a very business-like opportunity here. Good chance to spend money, make money if you're selling something. It's just good green light energy for financial spending. So there we go for Virgo. Very good, middle of the month. Next we move into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is next. Big theme here. It's got to be my biggest one yet. Okay, Sagittarius, we start with the Death card, which is as bad as it may sound to you. It's actually, I read it as quite a positive card because it's a brand new renewal. It's like energetic, brand new, like where there's no carryover at all from the past. So this is like brand new energy here in the middle of the month that presents itself for my Sagittariuses. So what are you going to do with it? That's kind of the main thing. A lot of you, they show getting over heartbreaks. So for some of you, you may have dealt with a physical death, something that has died. It could be a person. It could be a job, that you just don't work at anymore. It could be a friendship that has just been severed, and now it's like it's dead because you don't exchange anymore. So that's kind of the vibe there. So there's something going on. There's a level of heartbreak or pain that you have overcome to get to this point. Now, for a lot of you, it's not going to be for everybody, of course. General reading stuff. They talk about over here, and let me actually do a discard just to make sure. We're going to do that one up. So there is a work action involved here. They want you to take some kind of action in regards to work. It's not specific to me. It doesn't tell me exactly what this action is, but they do want to bring it up. For a lot of you, this is going to be an escape. So going back to the Death card, it's a very good new time to do anything new with work, brand new projects. Putting new teams together, I'm hearing, is what they're talking about for some of you as well. Exploring new activities, new projects, new endeavors with work, your work corner, work, business, enterprise, area of study, all that kind of stuff. Presents itself very well for you in the middle of this month. Now, for a lot of you, going back to the heartbreak and the death type vibe, a lot of you, this may be a way out. Like I said, it could be an escape. So work gets your mind off of things. They're telling me that Sagittarius are extremely involved in their work right here, middle of the month. So as you know, that's almost like an outlet. So it's like you put your time into that, you worry less about all the other parts of your life. That probably don't need to be worried about right now. It would probably only, set you back more to do extra worrying about it. We end with the happy card. That's the oracle card that kind of tells me that that's the vibe of this whole thing. They want you to do whatever it is that you find happiness in. So it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's an activity, it's an art or a craft, or going to a museum or going to a concert, whatever it is that makes you happy. That's what they really want you to push right now, this middle of the month, for my Sagittarius. There we go. Next, we move into Aquarius. Aquarius, middle of the month. Aquarius, taking great pride in something that you're building, something that you're doing or showing off. Perhaps something that you've been working on in the house or something like that. Some kind of project, decoration, that kind of vibe. Something that you really are just really proud of. You take great pride in whatever this is. Building something, and it's usually a physical thing. So this is not like building up a strong mindset so you can implement change. It's usually something that you can touch. So this is like I said, a project or something that you can put your hands on, like a do-it-yourself project, or whatever it is for you. It's something that means a lot to you individually. And whether it means something to other people or not doesn't matter, because it means something to you. That's what they're showing here. They want to let you know that that right here in the middle of the month, that some of my Aquariuses are moving into a little bit of a mental, what's the best word to use? Kind of a mental challenge. I guess it can be a mentally challenging time for some of my Aquariuses. And if that's you, just know that this is super temporary. That's why this comes up. It's coming in blocked. So it's saying that this is like not a very long thing, but just, I guess really the main thing to stick to that is to just, when it's temporary, that you don't have to endure it for very long. It's going to get over with. It's not going to be stuck here for very long. And things can go back to being good again, or improving, or, going to the upswing is what it shows. Because what it shows is you're either at a downswing right now, and this is a mental card. The Swords suit is always extremely emotional, or not emotional, but mental, excuse me. And with that being mental, things can also be illusionary. This may not even be real. So it's almost like two different messages, because now we're talking about first the thing that's absolutely to the touch real, and then we're talking about more of the mental kind of illusionary vibe. So they wanted to get both of those messages out there for my Aquariuses, so I hope that you understand kind of where they're going at with that, where they're taking that. So that's Aquarius. Next we move into Gemini. I need to do ritual cuts for this deck. The red deck is done. Get that out of the way there. I need to ritual cut this deck, as well as deck change, moving into this one. Good enough. There we go. And everything is ready. So let's see what we got for Gemini. Gemini, middle of the month. Gemini, they want to talk about taking great authority over your love corner, which can be your love relationship. It can also be close friends and your family. They really want you to take great authority over a part or an aspect of this. They show you're doing a good job of it. So it's a continuance. They want you to keep doing a good job. They're not saying, hey, you've actually let this go to hell and you need to do something about it. They're not saying that. With most of you, they're saying you actually have done a good job of getting all this emotional love energy in check. It's doing very well. Now, for a lot of you, even though it's doing very well, you want to see more growth. You want it to change. You want it to flourish. You want it to sprout and blossom into something more than it is. They show me the Seven of Pentacles. This is a growth card, but it is a slow growth, usually most of the time. But it's a reminder to be patient. Keep going. I go back to the first card. You're taking great authority over this corner. You're taking great authority over your family, your friends, you're nurturing those relationships. All that kind of stuff shows very well here. So just be patient. Don't worry about the instant gratification stuff. Some of this stuff takes time to develop, but like I said, it's a slow growth. So that's the main message we have for Gemini. Good stuff there. Next, we move into Cancer. Cancer is next. For Cancer, we have love message coming in here, very strong. It's I don't want to say negative, but it's something that you're going to have to be patient with. It's a love message that requires patience. I have the Temperance card right behind it. Now, this message is going to be coming in early toward the middle of the month here. So this is not like, so this is pretty much like right now as I'm reading this on the 15th. It's going to be coming here very, very soon. I don't even think we're going to get into the 20th, into the 20s, or, you know, at the very end of the month, pushing toward December. This is like super now. This is coming in quick. Love message here for my Cancers. It's going to be different in varying degrees for my Cancers, but it is a love message. It's a correspondence, or, you know, something very relevant there. And it also, like I said, it requires patience. So it may cause you to feel like, you know, you're getting impatient about something. So they want you to just kind of relax, take it easy, you know, take things one day at a time, one step at a time. That's the kind of vibe there. Really not a lot to say besides that. Just to know it's coming and to be aware of it and to look out for it. That's what usually happens when the page comes up. They're basically giving me a window of opportunity for dates as well. And I don't mean dates like going on dates. Of course, it could be part of that, but really I'm just talking about the time frame of dates. So there we go for Cancer, middle of the month. All right, so Aries. Same deck for Aries. Aries, middle of the month, November. Okay, good news for Aries. I know some of you are saying at last, good news at last for Aries. Moving into calmer waters here. Very much a mental type thing. For a lot of the different signs, it has been varying degrees. It's either mental or emotional, or sometimes, you know, a little bit of both. But this right here is extremely mental for my Aries. Does not mean that you're mental, but it means that this may not even be a real thing. This could be a feeling, like something that's just in your head. It might not even be a feeling like an emotion that you feel. It's just something in your head here. But they're talking about that this is improving. So it's something that has been bothering you, or that has been, you know, you're juggling around in your mind for a while, or you have been. And now it's moving into smoother, calmer waters, getting much better. For a lot of you, they show getting over heartbreak. This is at a minor degree of heartbreak here. Thank goodness it is not like the heavy kind, so that's good to see. And even if it was heavy at one time, it's not right now. It's actually much lighter in frequency. So that's good to see as you move forward. And with Aries, I need to just keep pushing that, you know, as long as it's moving into a smoother direction, in a trajectory, that's really what you want to see. So stick to that. Good stuff there. So keep doing what is working, Aries. You're doing great. We move into Pisces next. I need to switch decks. So this needs to be ritual cut here. Put back together, and then we can run Pisces. Scorpio, and then Capricorn. But Pisces first. All right, Pisces, let's see. Okay, I got to do a discard to see if I need to upright, and I do. For Pisces, lots to talk about. They try to cram it into a little segment here. It's going to be tough. Very similar message, actually, to Aries. This is moving into calmer waters. This is getting much improved, your mental capacity. You might even want to go back just a few minutes here and listen to Aries as well, because it's the same exact card. And for you, this is a deck change. So this deck reads a little bit differently. So this is a good trajectory. This is moving into smoother waters, but it may not feel like it is. They show that you're still kind of worried about things, or you're kind of looking back at your past, and you're not really sure if this is actually smoothing out or not. And for a lot of you, this is work related. I don't want to pin it down too hard, but for a lot of you, work stuff does come up here. New business, new enterprise stuff also coming up. We have the Devil card, so there is a bondage here. A lot of you are bonded to something. It could be habitual, it could be like a habit, but it could also be, you know, just if you're just completely tied down to your job, or your work just kind of completely overwhelms your life. It can be that too. They want to remind you not to put on a mask, as far as, you know, be your true self. Don't try to be somebody you're not, especially in the workplace. You know, you got to be your true self. That's really the only way for Pisces to do this. You know, being fake is not like a Pisces thing. You guys are not good at that, so don't try. Ace of Wands. That's what I told you about, that new business, new enterprise here. So that presents itself as an opportunity for some of you. And since it's in a positive position, upright, I'm going to go ahead and say, if there's anything new business, new enterprise that you're trying to do, Pisces, this middle of the month presents itself really well to do that. And going back to the Devil card, I know it sounds terrible, but being tied down to something is really what it's all about. So if it's something like a new business, that's something that you'd probably want to be tied down to, or at least expect to be tied down to. So that's what we have there for Pisces. So good stuff there. Next, we move into Scorpio. Scorpio is next, middle of the month. Okay, Scorpio. Very interesting mixed message for Scorpio. We start with good credit, good money moves, good things happening financially this middle of the month. Good time to do any kind of money moves too, especially return on investment stuff that is going to make you money instead of cost you money. Very good time to invest. And like I said, move money around. Good credit is basically what it means. Right next to that, I have the Sun card, best card in the deck. There is no blockage on it. Everything is golden energy right now for Scorpio, kicking really, really high. Really, really good. We end with the Knight card inverted for love. So this is an inaction in regards to love. So it's not really the time right now. If you're a Scorpio asking anything about love, or you have any kind of questions about love, or should I do this now, or should I not do this now, the message is coming in action in regards to love. They're either talking about that there's not a lot going on right now with love, or that is the advice. The advice is don't take the action right now. This middle of the month is not it. So if you're a Scorpio trying to date and meet new people, not going to happen in the middle of the month, or at least it's not going to be with somebody that you want. It's not going to be the type of person you want to attract. So basically it's an inaction in regards to love, and you need to put that in the context of how it affects you. So besides that, really good looking there for Scorpio. You can't beat the best card in the deck. Okay, so now we go into Capricorn, and that is where we will conclude. Capricorn, middle of the month. Okay. Another very up and down mixed message for Capricorn. I know Capricorn the energy has been very shifty starting at the very beginning of the November readings. A lot of good information in there. If you have not checked that out, Capricorn, and you're going through some stuff, definitely check out your monthly. It's that purple logo I got for Capricorn on there. That's the November big one. Now, the first thing they're talking about here, your middle of the month, they want to talk about really kind of being tied down to something right now, at least to an idea. This may not even be a real thing. This is the mental suit of the swords, being the Eight of Swords here. So there's mobility here. You can get around and you're not completely tied down, but you're a little tied down right now in the middle of November. That's what they show. Now, what you're tied down with, it's going to be different for everybody. This could be a partner. This could actually be just kind of tying yourself down, being alone right now, not putting yourself out there to be around a group of people right now. This middle of the month might just be like a kind of an ISO kind of almost like hermit vibe right now. The next thing they show is the Hierophant card. So at the same time, they don't want you to, they want to make sure that you're taking care of your people, you're being accountable for the people that that depend on you. Be there for them. That's really important here. And that may also come up because people are going to seek your help too this middle of the month. Very big theme there. So they want you to kind of be that bigger person, help out others. A lot of you have a wealth of information and knowledge that you can help others with, especially when they're going through tough times. So that's kind of what that shows. It also has the vibe of no toxicity. We definitely don't want any toxicity in the middle of your November. It's a good time for your purification of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Very good purifying time. Now it shows that it is pure. It's not showing toxicity, but at the same time we want to keep it that way. So definitely no room for toxicity here for my Capricorns. Okay. The way that we end is with the card of bankruptcy, abandonment. It doesn't sound good. It's really not to try to be negative. It's really, when this comes up, they want you to be aware of this kind of energy so you can hopefully avoid it. Be really tight with your finances right now, the middle of the month. Not a good time to spend. That is big advice for when this card comes up. Also, kind of the abandonment, being left out in the cold vibe. You want to feel that warmth. So the context of where this message fits for Capricorn is going to be so diverse. For some of you, this is going to be a love message. For others of you, this is going to be talking about work or financial or whatever, even health for some of you. But once you get that down, the context, you can put what I'm talking about into that category and hopefully understand the message that I'm trying to get through, because that's what they want to do. They're not trying to confuse you in any way. They're trying to just, get you to implement positive change here. So we have that abandonment vibe, that bankruptcy vibe. They don't want that to happen. They don't want you to spend too much where you spread yourself too thin. You cut yourself too short, that you're kind of all on your own. They don't want you to do that. And they say you don't want it either. You want the warmth. You want to be welcomed in. You want, family and all that good stuff. So that's what we have there. overall very good. You know, going back to the first card, being tied down is not a bad thing. It is, you know, especially if this is a love message. Most people want to be tied down in love. So, you know, it's really the context of where they're going with this message and how it applies to you specifically, Capricorn. So there we go there. That is going to conclude all 12 of the signs. I do want to thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to see you guys in a couple days for the love readings, the love tarot. And after that, we'll see you at the beginning of December. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and those who you love, and I'll see you soon.